Hello, everybody. Welcome back to VidIQ, the creator-obsessed YouTube education channel, where we, as always, on a Tuesday, are going to invite you into our lecture theatre, our learning hall, our YouTube classrooms, as we give you the best of our knowledge, wisdom, passion, enthusiasm, and determination as you get a little vulnerable. You share your channels with us, and we all grow on this weird and wonderful thing called YouTube together. If you are here for the first time, do let us know in the chat. If you are watching on the replay, hello to all of you. Thank you very much for watching, not live. It is very much appreciated. We hope that you gain as much value out of this as the people who are watching live right now. And as always, I could not do this without my collection of co-auditors. And introducing first, almost as always, he does more live streams than me on VidIQ these days. He is the master. He has a voice that everybody can fall asleep to, but in a very good way if you want to, or you can just listen to his dulcet tones. It is Dan the man. Hey, Dan, how you doing?
Hello.
That's not quite the usual Dan voice.
I couldn't think of a funny voice to do, so I had to.
How are you doing, Dan? What's going on in your world?
I did something really bad a second ago, and I don't regret it. I put on slow mode for like 45 seconds, and it's hilarious.
Okay, I was going to make some sort of joke about. I'm glad we don't have the smell feature on YouTube right now, because I thought that's what you were alluding to, but possibly not. Moving on.
It can be both, by the way.
All right. Won't go any further on that conversation. Introducing next, back by popular demand. I just give him 20 seconds of airtime, because you're going to be ready to rock and roll after this.
Woo! What's up, people? What's going on? Your boy Viper is back. I feel like it's been so long, man. I haven't been on one of these since before VidCon, but I'm back in the building, and we are live. What's up, Rob? What's up, Dan? How y'all doing today?
Unless you're watching on a replay, in which case we were live. Viper, pleasure to have you back. Yeah, how was VidCon for you? The experience there. Doing audits live.
You know, at first it was kind of weird because normally we're behind our computers and things like that, looking at channels from afar. But it's really interesting when you have the creators up in your face, auditing their channels. It went well though. It went pretty well.
I just imagine it like when you're doing an audit and like you're trying to give them advice and you're saying in their face, and they're just sort of. Like you can't get away from them. Like that must be quite scary. All right, did you know it's episode 28 of 2022 when it comes to channel audits, and it is episode, I have no idea, of the 5 years since we've been doing this. And what I like to try and do before every channel audit live stream, before we get into it, is ask all of you a question. It is Amazon Prime Day today. And if you're not familiar with what that is, basically the largest retailer in the world decides to knock 20% off pretty much everything all at once. And it gives us the opportunity to spend money on things that we really don't need. But let's just imagine for 1 second that we were all needing a bit of YouTube tech this week, whatever it be, some software, microphone, camera, lighting. What is the one thing that you really need for your YouTube channel right now? Dan, I'll ask you first. If you were going to buy something that you knew was discounted right now, what would it be?
Catnip.
All right, good. Thanks to know. Good.
I put it on the floor away from my desk.
So, I mean, that's not necessarily direct YouTube gear, but it's kind of like indirect help to make you.
In this case, it is direct YouTube gear.
Yeah. What are you just? Is that, were you just holding your cat by its tail there and letting it dangle? That is weird. Viper, if you were going to buy something, I know you buy a lot of things. You probably already got everything you need, but let's say you needed to buy something again. What might it be?
I don't know, man. I'm looking at people live stream lately, and it seems like multicam setup is like the way of the world these days, especially in live streaming. So maybe I'll buy another camera.
So multicam setup, yeah. If you are interested in just jumping over to one of our colleagues' live streams right now, El Jefe is doing an Amazon Prime live stream, and he does have that multi-camera setup. where he'll be talking to camera, presses a button, it goes down to his desk, and he'll be showing you like a product or something. So if you do want to go over there at some point, we're not going to hold it against you. I'm seeing some people sending some messages here. We've got Code Optimal would like to get some editing software. KC3 Curry is shouting the fact that he needs a gaming PC and a microphone. Egged, again, would just like some motivation. You can buy courses for motivation, I think. I don't know if they're available on Amazon Prime, but do check it out. Better microphone, that seems to be like the staple for most people. Carrie Mullane wants a large tripod and a ring light. And we will look at Heat Vision, who wants a double monitor PC. I think that's almost like a requisite now for YouTubers, like edit on one page, have a website or whatever up on social media on the other monitor. How many monitors do you use, Dan? Just as we're thinking about this.
I've always had 2, but I've always wanted 3. But I don't want to sacrifice the space for 3.
Wow.
What about you, Viper? How many monitors do you use?
Oh, I use 1, but the one
Just
that
the
I
one?
use is ooh.
So how many inches is? Oh,
49-inch ultra wide monitor, baby.
all right. I thought as much. So the only question I have about that is that can you easily divide that monitor up into like different windows? Like, can you put a window in the middle of it, a window in the right-hand side and the left-hand side? Like, how do you snap windows to certain parts of the monitor when it's all just one monitor?
I don't really snap anything. Like right now, I have us on the left side, and I have another full-size browser of the actual stream on YouTube on the right side. So,
because I think with 49 inches, you could probably have like a left, middle, and the right.
oh yeah,
do that.
easily, definitely.
I use 3 monitors. I have a 4K monitor for screen recording and stuff. I have a not quite as big as yours, Viper, like a 34-inch widescreen, and then another one up here, which is just for live stream monitoring. So yeah, there we are, showing off our monitors for no reason whatsoever. Shall we get onto some audits? I think we should get onto some audits.
Okay.
This is what we do every single week. Welcome to the vidIQ channel audit live stream, where we review your YouTube channels. To submit your channel for review, make sure to fill out the right form linked in the video description. Note that we clear these forms after every live stream, so make sure to resubmit the following week. Channel audits are free, so please don't send us a super chat or spam us in a chat expecting a review. If there are alternative ways to get picked for an audit, we will let you know during the live stream. If we don't get around to reviewing your channel today, vidIQ has a channel audit tool working 24/7 with you. Make sure to download our tools and use the 30-day free trial using the link in the video description. If you submit your channel for review, expect the following. We are sharing nothing more than our knowledge, experience, and passion as fellow YouTube creators. I want to give a huge shout out to all of our moderators who do a phenomenal job every single week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As for all of you, well, thumbs up if you enjoy this live stream, subscribe if you love it, and if you know of a fellow creator who may find all of this stuff useful, please do share it with them. And with all of that being said, let's start auditing your channels. And the final pieces of housekeeping before we get into channel audits are as follows. We continue to support Creators for Peace. So if you do see a panel over to the right or underneath the screen, that is to donate to UNICEF to help the displaced children of Ukraine during the conflict. So if you do donate, it's very much appreciated. It doesn't influence whether or not we audit your channel. And we get about 1,000 channel submissions every single week. So unfortunately, we can't audit every single channel. So what I recommend you do is, if you have a second monitor, we've just been talking about that, bring up your channel. Make sure that you're aware of all of the things we're talking about, be it thumbnails, titles, channel focus, consistency, and see how what we're saying when we critique a channel, how that may apply to your channel. Because ultimately, a lot of the things we talk about apply to all channels, and they are very familiar symptoms of problems and mistakes that creators make. So kind of sometimes feels like we're repeating ourselves over and over again, and we kind of are, but just for different channels. And if they all apply the same strategies and tactics, that will hopefully take your channel to the next step. And with all of that being said, Viper, Dan, I think it's time to now audit some channels. If you're up and ready for the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
The first channel that we're going to audit, as always, is the channel that submitted on the form yesterday when the live stream went public. And it's the channel we have not audited before. And they go by the name of Royalty Family 2. I guess the sequel to Royalty Family. They have 25 subscribers. They're a vlogging and challenge channel. So just Viper, first impressions. What are you seeing here from this YouTube channel?
All right. It's interesting when new creators want to start off as vloggers and they just start off with, oh, I'm vlogging this or I'm vlogging that. But here's the thing, though. When you're first starting off on YouTube, people don't know who you are. So you have to give them a reason to want to watch your vlogs. And just titling your vlog this or my brother's birthday, like they don't know who your brother are. We don't know who your brother is. Or why should that matter to a potential viewer? So I'm not saying that you can't vlog. What I'm saying is that if you're going to start off as a vlogger, your vlog has to provide some type of value to a potential viewer. What you need to think about as a vlogger and a creator in general is, why should somebody click on your video? Why should I watch your vlog? What is your vlog going to do for me? And you have to be able to relay that value in your titles and your thumbnails. The other thing I'm seeing, especially for these latest thumbnails, is that your picture quality is not the highest. People might skip over that if your picture quality is not up to snuff, because you got to remember you were up against heavy competition on YouTube, and most people are using the newest cell phones or decent dedicated cameras. So you got to get your picture quality up on these thumbnails if you want to compete. And that's what I'm just seeing right off the jump.
It does look like they're using an iPhone or an iPhone 11, which means that they should have a fairly decent camera to be able to take these pictures. I'm wondering if some of these are maybe freeze frames from the videos.
Maybe.
For example, that certainly looks like a potential freeze frame. And you are cutting yourself out, I think, and like trying to position the thumbnails with a little more intrigue. But they also, I think the lighting for me is probably what's causing most of the issues in terms of the thumbnails. There's no real dominant colors. And so they tend to be a little washed out, might be the best way to describe the thumbnails. Dan, any observations that you're picking up here?
I think, you know, this is one of those channels that you look at it now and you get really curious, like, where's this channel going to be in like a couple of years time if they really keep at this? Because I love some of the concepts for videos. Like towards the top, we have busting as many myths as possible in 24 hours. And they're doing that strategy of like taking one of the myths and putting it in the thumbnail. It says myth number 6. And it looks like he's trying to like lick his elbow or something. But that aside, I think it's like, you know, like you said, the thumbnails could use some work, which means we got to work on lighting. We got to work on like all that stuff, because if it's like you just kind of sitting in your room, it kind of just looks like that home movie vibe. It's going to take practice. It's going to take time to kind of learn these skills, but try to figure out ways you can improve on these thumbnails. But you have the right idea for myth number 6, and like whatever myth you're going to be doing in the video, pick the one. If you're doing, let's say you're doing 24 myths in 24 hours, pick the one myth that you feel everybody in the world has heard before. Because like this one here, like myth number 12, and it looks like you might be holding a water bottle, but it's a clear water bottle on a white background, so it's hard to see what you're holding. And then it's not registering with me what's the myth, you know? And I don't want you to explain that in the thumbnail with extra text or anything. I just want you to pick, because I'm sure in the video you do, I want you to pick what is the myth that you're going to put in the thumbnail that everybody's heard before or seen before, that you can like, you know, somehow visualize. And that's the thing that's going to win clicks. If people don't have to think about it, if they have to look at the water bottle and go, what is that? What are they holding? It's too much thinking, and that just gets people to kind of, you know, keep scrolling.
Let's give this creator quite a bit of credit, though, in terms of the passion they have for creating content. They're making stuff on a very regular basis. I would say 2 or 3 videos a week at this point. So there's a certain level of consistency. And as you say, Dan, I think over time, this creator is only going to get better, and they've got plenty of time to get better. I mean, most creators don't start their channels until they're well into their teenage years or like beyond. And so I think that they're still in a phase where they've probably made about 50 videos at this point, maybe approaching 75 videos. just keep continuing to learn and keep gaining skills. And there are issues here, of course, with terms of topic jumping. Like we're moving from iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max quiz. I don't know why that would be interesting versus busting myths versus sad news versus the last to speak wins $10,000. Those seem like very different formats, which would appeal to different creators. But for now, I would say that doesn't matter too much to me. I think, as you say, Dan, this is a long-term play here.
Mm-hmm.
Where is this creator going to be in a year's time when they've figured out so much more about an audience? I think right now it's all about the creativity and learning filming skills, and then the audience side of things will gradually come in. I just want to ensure that we're giving this creator encouragement and positivity at what they've already been able to achieve on this channel.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
It is really, I'm seeing a high level of understanding in terms of what they need to do in order to get clicks. And now it's practice. I mean, we can sit here and we can audit your channel. We've already identified that you've probably watched these before. You seem to have an idea of what you need to do. It's just going to be practice, though, making sure you refine your thumbnails, refine your titles, and refine your focus.
I mean, I would say the titles are actually of a fairly decent standard. It's just
I meant to say topics, but sorry, yeah.
it's the thumbnails that perhaps just don't deliver on it. Like busting 24 myths in 24 hours. That's interesting in a couple of ways, because you're trying to uncover secrets. That's always intriguing. You're trying to do it within a certain amount of time. That's intriguing as well. But then the thumbnail doesn't do enough to win the click, and that's probably where you want to focus efforts. In terms of a video pitch. So that is the royalty family number 2. We'll move on to the first gaming channel that's submitted this week, and they go by the name of Diffusion. High risk, high reward. Does that mean this is going to be some sort of gaming challenge channel? Dan, I'm seeing Minecraft, I'm seeing blocks. Are they delivering on their value proposition?
The thing is, they very well could be, but the problem is that the titles and thumbnails of the long form videos, ignoring the shorts for a second, the titles and thumbnails aren't delivering on the high risk, high reward that this YouTuber is likely doing in their videos. You've kind of put your videos behind, I would say, too much intrigue. We like to tout that you should create a little bit of intrigue in your titles and thumbnails to get people to click, but I think you can very easily go across that line and not give people enough to even hold on to. They're not intrigued because they don't know what they're getting into even at all. So, here he's returned Minecraft, but Herobrine returns. Herobrine by now, like I'm kind of out of the game, but I started playing Minecraft like 10 years ago, and Herobrine was like in the lore, and it was like a whole thing. Everyone knew what it was. And then it got old. It just wasn't in the Minecraft community trending as much. Has it come back? Is it like a trend now? Maybe. And I'm just, out of touch, and that's totally fine. But what about Herobrine returning? Like, why should I watch the video? Like, are you challenging yourself to run away? Are you fighting Herobrine? What's going on in the video? When I click on this 30-minute video, what am I going to get? And that's what I'm having to ask myself with all of the titles and thumbnails of all these videos. Although they're really well done, the thumbnails look nice and they're clear, and the titles are short and readable, the intrigue just isn't there for me. Versus the latest short, 10 Golems versus the Warden. I feel like I know exactly what I'm going to get with that video. You've taken these different NPCs and you're going to pit them against each other. Like, that to me is clear. So when it comes to your shorts titles, you were willing to kind of reveal a little bit more in that, like what the video is about. That's even more important with long form videos.
Just scrolling through what they've done in the past, and I've been on and off YouTube for the last 4 years. I think everything from more than 3 months ago isn't relevant. So they've now found their through line in terms of the game that they want to play.
Yeah.
And then just experimenting with shorts and long form content right now.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's what I think everybody needs to be doing right now is if it works for you, find a strategy that does both things and covers like the same topic. So you're doing Minecraft shorts that seem like they have some kind of challenge element to them, and you're doing long form content, which is very similar, And that's fantastic, especially the people who watch your long form content, who see your shorts. Like, that's all going to gel really well. But at the end of the day, I think the view counts are not where you would want them to be, considering, you know, just that one thing. If you can figure out how to, you could even take the same videos you have, but repackage them, like go back through and change the titles and thumbnails. It just, you want to combine intrigue with something. You want to reveal something about the video.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of a light bulb moment for me, Dan. Looking at this one, it probably doesn't reveal enough. This Minecraft one, I again, I'm not familiar with the game, but what are they trying to break here?
It looks like they're trying to break the texture. So in Minecraft, when a texture is broken, it turns into purple and black blocks. Instead of looking like a grass block, it just turns purple and black. So what they've done is they've taken their character and made it look like it's almost getting Minecraft Thanos snapped or something. It has that purple and black familiar look to me. So people who play the game might see that and go, oh, I get it. But it took me way too long because of the weird background too, right?
Yeah,
these white tiles.
These polygons, what do they have to do with it? That's what threw me.
I don't know, but that because it wasn't on a clear background, it took me way too long to see what they were trying to communicate. That's, I would say, out of all the thumbnails they have here, that's probably the worst one in terms of trying to communicate a message.
Right.
The others are well done. The text is readable. Even the red text he's returned, I can read it just fine. You know, they have the Photoshop or Canva, whatever they're using, skills to produce a nice looking thumbnail. Yeah. It's the execution of, like, why should I watch? That question isn't being answered in those videos, in the packaging of those videos.
So that is diffusion, and that is your introduction to the channel audits that we will be doing today. But I do want to remind you that we're not just a channel audit service 2 hours a week on a Tuesday and a video review service 2 hours on a Wednesday. We'll talk about that a little bit later. What we are also is a collection of software tools that are going to help you make better data-driven decisions. And I'm going to use Jasper to illustrate this a little bit. He got 5,000 likes on one of our community posts, which was awesome. He's very happy. And what he wants to share with you is daily ideas. So with the VidIQ tool, once you've downloaded it, consider this your automated ideas generator. When you start making videos, this is going to compile what you're making and then suggest to you up to 50 daily ideas every single day. And I'm just giving you some of the highlights here from what is suggested to VidIQ today and today only, like how to grow on YouTube, new strategies for 2022. I either love it or I hate it. I can save it or I can dismiss it. And then we move on to the next suggestion. How to grow your YouTube channel in 2022 organically. All right. So obviously our tool knows that we are about YouTube growth. So it's going to start recommending these different ideas. And I'm not going to swipe through all of these. That's going to take the rest of a live stream. So I'm just going to show you the entire list here. Make money from YouTube without making videos. This seems to be a really popular strategy where you source material and then transform it in some way. How I got 11 subscribers in 11 days. Funnily enough, we've made videos of a very similar type, like how to get 1,000 subscribers in a month, how to get 100,000 subscribers in 100 days. So Daily Ideas is already acutely aware of the type of content we make, and it's suggesting all of these really cool ideas that could almost be titles. So that's the Daily Ideas tool. And just to prove that there are 50 ideas, look at all of these. And we got all of these ideas today, and we'll get another 50 tomorrow. This is the ultimate idea generator if you're struggling to know what to make next on your channel.
It is catered to your channel, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not going to give you YouTube growth videos.
It's not just going to tell you how to get 4,000 hours of watch time and how to avoid copyright.
Yeah.
It is going to scan your channel and it will tell you what to do on your channel. And the best news is, along with the Daily Ideas tool, Keyword Inspector, Thumbnail Preview tool, channel audits, etc., 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 we have quite an amazing deal for you right now, delivered once again by Jasper. Because if Jasper looks further down our community tab, he will see that we have a sizzling summer offer, which is 35% off boost for 6 months for monthly plans. So if you're a brand new customer and you want to check out all of these amazing tools, you can get it heavily discounted. You might as well call it our Prime deal, not just of the day, but for the rest of July. And all you need to do to take advantage of this amazing offer is you'll see the ticker tape thing below. When you go to the purchase page for any of the VidIQ software and you select Boost, you want to use the promo code, which is just scrolling onto the screen right now, 2022 Summer Boost, as seen here. I think I put this in the description as well. Let me just check. Yes, it's in the description. So you can copy the promo code exactly how you need to, and you will get 35% off Boost if you want to give it a try. Boost unlocks all of our tools. It's like the highest tier for all of our software. And if you want to get 35% off for the rest of July, now's your chance. Do make sure to take advantage of it. Thank you for this paid sponsored promotion segments. We'll go back to some channel audits, and we are going to look at Isaiah Improves. And Viper, I'm going to let you again kick off with your first impressions. What do you think this channel is about, and why should people be watching?
Okay. So according to the banner, it's a topic that will help you be better than you were the day before. Better at what?
Yeah, that's such a good question.
That's my first question. Better at what? So then I go down and look at the videos, and let's see, we got 16 I learned in uni, how to get out of a rut. I quit touch typing up for 2 years, and maybe you should. So this looks like a productivity channel, for better or for worse. I like the thumbnail. I like your thumbnail template that you have going on. You got clear text, usually with a picture of you. So I like that setup. I just feel like the title could use just a little bit of work. For one, they're too long. Again, when you have people watching on a mobile device, the title can get truncated, so you don't want to make your title too long. But I just feel like you need a little bit of more bang in the title, like how to have the best university experience. I think you could do a little bit better than that. Like, are we talking about a specific experience or something in particular that you want people to learn? You just need to really hit the hammer a little bit more on with your titles. They're nice, but for me, they just don't do enough to get me intrigued enough to want to click on the video. So where I like your thumbnails and I like what you're doing with your thumbnails, I need you to work a little bit on the titles and give me more of a reason and more of an emphasis on why I should click on a particular video. Like
how to make university awesome for you. And then in a thumbnail, maybe more of an enthusiastic pointing. Because I'm not sure if you're having the best experience, just looking at just looking at the photo shoot clip that you've decided to use. And yeah, Viper, we know you have severe anger management issues with red text on thumbnails, but for green text on thumbnails, is it putting you in a pretty good mood here? You're feeling good, confident. These look pretty solid to stand out quite well.
Well, I like the way he's doing it because he has the white text surrounded by a green background, which makes it very easy to read. So I like the way he did that.
Exactly. I agree with that. Dan, what about you?
So I'm trying to look up this channel right now that I watched a while back, and I'm not finding it, unfortunately. So you kind of identified every reason I picked this channel. I thought they had fantastic thumbnails, and I was looking at the titles. I was looking at the subjects of the video, and I'm like, oh, we're like just missing it. So I was hoping this channel just needs a little push in the right direction. So the reason I think that some videos are doing great, right? 500, 800, 1,000 views, but a lot of videos get like less than 100, I think the reason your views are spiking is because your content is also spiking in terms of interest. Yeah. Some of these are just kind of vague, and then some of them are pretty valuable, and people want to learn more. I think what you want to be doing as a channel that's just in general trying to help people get better is you want to be, so like school tips, things like that. You want to make sure that with every video you post, you're targeting a specific problem that a specific audience has. Yeah. So, for example, why I quit touch typing after 2 years. Maybe you should. No, sorry, that's not the one I wanted to look at. Let's see. Your grades don't matter. How to get a job after university when you have no, and then it's kind of truncated.
Experience. Advice from UOT professors.
So it seems like that video would take a lot of work to make. Like you're having to do your research, maybe even interview these professors for all I know. But it's such a broad space, right? Like if that was how to get a tech job when you don't have like any experience, or how to get a remote job or something to that effect, even though that's kind of shrinks the discussion, you also find that you're going to be targeting a very specific audience who wants to know how to get a specific type of job. So the channel I was trying to look up and I could not find it. I watched it forever ago, but I don't know if they're even still at it, but they're basically a recruiter, and they just have a YouTube channel where they give people tips on like finding jobs, building the best resume, and things like that. And that's their whole channel. They're like, I'm a real recruiter and I help people just get better at writing resumes and things like that. So I wanted to tell you that because that can be an entire channel. Just like one or two of the videos you've made could go into a whole separate, like you could just launch that. But I don't want to say, oh, you should do that. You should just narrow your focus to like that. You can definitely be this person that's trying to help people get better in all areas of life. But I then think every single video has to be specific. I feel like your channel is broad, and then each video is broad. And then you're kind of trying to be everything for everybody. And we all know when that happens, you end up being like nothing for nobody.
Actually, Dan, I'm glad you brought up.
That's a mean way to say it, but you know what I mean.
I'm glad you brought up channel to reference, because I just interviewed Tommy Frank last night for Tube Talk, and Tommy Frank is a productivity YouTuber with over 2 million subscribers. So you might want to take a look at Tommy Frank's channel just to get like a little inspiration of what you can do to make your titles and things better. Because Tommy Frank is doing big things over here, man. Like just how he titles and videos and his content in general. So I will take a look at that channel, Isaiah, just to get some inspiration. I help you out.
So here's the thing. Because Thomas Frank is obviously now a huge channel, has a lot of kudos. He can reach a big audience, and so that means he can go broader with his audience: high school, college, university, or the real world. All right. I think I may be wrong. I think this is where Isaiah is trying to pitch himself as well, like productivity to all people. I think that this person should niche down to one of those areas of productivity. And, you know, we talk about the ideal viewer, and just from looking from the thumbnails, the ideal viewer here seems to be a graduate, just finished university, and now they're looking for their where to start their career and how to be as productive as possible with that career. Their income is probably zero right now, or they're doing
something they hate.
Something they hate to supplement their income until they find their career path.
So sorry.
No, go ahead, Dan. Go ahead.
What you've just described is actually really, really on trend right now, because you have this whole anti-work movement. People are resigning from their jobs to seek better opportunities. People are demanding more from their employers. You could be the person going out there and helping people find these opportunities. Like that's another thing that recruiter guy was doing. He was going out and like, what are the best remote jobs that have like the best benefits and best pay, you know, and he would just make a top 5 list, you know. That could be an avenue you explore. But basically, Rob, what you did just now is like you identified that target viewer in an instant. In my head, I'm like, I know who that is. Like, I know that guy.
Yeah. And I think they are almost there. They're probably doing this subconsciously for like 50 to 60% of their content. But then as we've identified, sometimes they maybe go a little bit too broad. Look at this one. 3 tips that I use to stop overthinking and start living life again. I think in general, that could be a good video, but the pitch needs to be different. It needs to be something along the lines of 3 tips I use to overcome the university hangover, or something like that, you know, moving from one part of your life to another. And then I saw this one as like, this one jumped out at me, and I looked at it and thought, are they just going on some weird, are they trying to jump on a Johnny Depp trend? And it looks as if I kind of did a lesson from Johnny Depp. How does that relate back to the target audience that you're trying to appeal to? And I'm not sure if it does strongly enough. And it's again an example of the spiky views that you're getting here and there. So I think the creators like almost there. I think they've done like 60 to 70% of the work in identifying their target audience, but they're just not executing with every single video. And I think once they do that, then they'll start to see like quite a sharp incline in gradual views. Like every video will be getting 500 views plus, because it looks as if, like, again, 50% of the time, the videos are hitting with your audience, and 50% of the time they're not. So I think this creator's close, really close. They just need to think about the ideal viewer and making sure that the pitch, that being the thumbnail, the title, and the intro of a video really resonate. I'd actually love to actually watch one of these videos. In fact, Dan, shall we watch like the first 15 seconds of one?
Yeah, I think so. There's also, before we do, can you scroll down just a little tiny bit? So how to save a little bit up. So how to escape another terrible online semester. It's on the left there. Okay. That video got 200 views, and I feel like how to save money could have just been the video, because we feel like a lot of these videos are just doing that, right? Like how to save money, period. In this case, it was directed at a certain audience, and that video did a lot better than some of the other ones we've seen. So just look to your most successful videos as an example is all I wanted to say.
How to set goals that you'll actually achieve. I just think that needs to be pitched at a certain audience. Yeah. How to land the perfect job after university.
Yeah.
Because that's probably the goal of most people in your position as the ideal viewer. But let's just quickly look at one of these. I want to pick one that's just like solid 500 reviews. Let's take a look at this.
How to make the most of your university experience. Now, I'm just wrapping up my undergrad, and that is a question that has been at the top of my mind. And I figure it's probably a question that a lot of other people ask themselves at whatever stage they are in their university career. So I decided to ask some of my professors what they thought about the university experience and some common mistakes that people make.
What do you think to that 20-second intro? Oh, is that a branded intro? Let's just check. Oh, no, it wasn't. That was good. Okay. What do we think to that intro?
I see. I like that. We get in. It's not like, welcome back to my channel, blah, blah, blah. No, it's like, here's the question that's on my mind. And here's what I went out and I talked to these professors. So like, you're giving yourself credibility. Everyone's feeling like they're in the right place. I like that.
It was very functional, and it clearly identified the ideal viewer for the video, which was brilliant. And you just need to make sure that is in the title and the thumbnail as well.
Yeah.
There may be some questions about the pace of the intro. Maybe you could have done some B-roll, jumped in or out. The lighting could have been a little bit better. I think the microphone wasn't perfect, but those are all production tweaks that you can make as you're moving forward, because the thumbnail and the thumbnail is of a very high production value. And then this is maybe just a rung or two less, because we've got the weird color. We've got the weird like yellow shading in there as well, I think, with the walls. Anyway, why did we just do that, Dan? Like, why did we just quickly jump into somebody's video to talk about it?
I don't know. It sure was fun, though. I really like looking at people's videos. I feel like there's a lot of advice we could give if we were to just open people's videos instead of just looking on the surface. Maybe tomorrow, what we'll do is we'll start around the same time that we started today. And we'll kind of do that, right? Like maybe Viper will be there, and we'll like go in, we'll watch the videos. Yeah, and we'll just kind of give our take. Like, would we stay after this intro? How's their outro? Are they pushing to like other videos? Like, we could probably give a lot of valuable advice.
So what you're saying, Dan, is that people from the channel audits today can learn about thumbnails, titles, branding consistency, and then tomorrow they can learn about the videos themselves, the intros, production quality, outros. It's like it's a perfect blending of education.
Could you imagine a service that just did that for free?
We'll see you all tomorrow. Next channel we're going to audit today is the Indian Geek Society. I think, Viper, this was the one that you picked beforehand. Tell us a little bit more about this channel.
Yeah, so as I was looking at their most popular content, this channel might be going through a slight identity crisis, I think, if I'm reading it correctly. So your most popular videos, and you have to give me because I'm not too up on Indian culture, but it seems like your most popular content is when you react to Indian culture, Indian videos, or Indian content. If Marvel is obviously a little bit along those lines as well, so people are liking that. It seems to me that when you go away from reacting to the Indian content, that's when your views kind of go down. So it would seem to me that the audience is telling you what they want and what they expect from you. It's just up to you to give them more of what they want.
That's an interesting question, because as you say, this channel is, I don't know if it's a unique position to place themselves in, like responding to Western film and TV culture. Is that something that puts them in a unique position? Because this most popular one, like, do you think this is? It looks like it's an Indian superhero TV or film. I apologize if it's not. I've just never come across that particular program before. What do we do average view wise? Let's just check the newest content.
So the streams are the latest thing they've done, it looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering how they do the watch alongs, because I imagine you wouldn't want to put like Stranger Things on YouTube. So is it like just you reacting in real time and everyone's expected to kind of like, I guess, turn it on their end?
It looks like, I'm going to pause this quickly. I think they are.
Yeah, so they're watching the show together. And I think the expectation is the live stream audience has it on as well.
This is exciting. When are we going to say something? Should we keep playing it until they say something? Oh, we got something there. Oh,
so I've seen channels do that, and that I guess that is a thing you can do. I've seen it in the reality TV space, actually. Like there's people who they watch while the live show is live, and then when there's commercials, they kind of give their take, and it's kind of an event because the audience is with them like in real time. But I wonder, I'm not an advocate for like taking live streams offline when they're done, but I feel like in this case, there's not a lot of replay value in those streams. If I was watching this channel 2 days after I saw Miss Marvel, I'd want to see a reaction to it. I wouldn't want to see your face like while the stream is over reacting to it in real time. Like that is I think a case for unlisting those. But anyway, sorry if I
is that what this is, Dan? So they have perhaps watching the program live, which is 57 minutes, and then that, because it's episode 5, is that the cut down edited version? I mean, the views seem to reflect that a little bit.
I bet they record it while they're streaming, so they give their real-time reaction and then take that and turn it into a video. But I would personally think unlisting the live stream, just because you're having these two now compete with each other, right? Like for search, if people just want to see a reaction to it, don't let the live stream get in the way. Just unlist it, put it in a playlist somewhere if people really want to watch it with you. But I think the event was live, and that was everyone watching it together at the same time. You tell your audience, all right, cue it up. We're going to start. And now, and everyone watches. And while you're doing that with them, that's not weird, right? Like you're watching it quietly too. And I think it's weird to see these on the channel after the fact.
Now, do you think it would be better if they watched one series at a time? Because we've got this Miss Marvel that seems to be resonating well with their audience. They're getting thousands of views for each of those videos. But then we've got Stranger Things just dropped in the middle there, and The Flash is also there, and the audience is not responding as well to them. I'm wondering if instead what they could do is in between shows, so they have the watch along, they have a reaction, and then instead of Stranger Things, they have like a prediction of what's coming next. So there's a through line of Miss Marvel. I mean, it's kind of difficult because you do want to react to all of these as they go live. Like I know Stranger Things 4 was probably being run at the same time, but the audience doesn't seem to be reacting at all to a lot of this content. They're coming back for one particular thing. This is a difficult one because, we always say follow the trends, make sure that you make content that is time sensitive as close to when it's trending, but it might prevent them from doing that.
I would look at a channel called Think Story, 2 words. They are doing reactions to episodes of popular shows when they're done. So Westworld's the show I'm obsessed with right now, and I may even watch this this newest one later today. Because I liked, there's so many little secrets that they shove into the show. So I think for this channel, they're bouncing between a lot of different shows. Obviously, they've been around a while. They do have that like credibility built up. But look at the other thing they're doing. Each title, thumbnail, etc. While it does say episode whatever breakdown, like look at the intrigue in each thumbnail. Like it's trying to point to something. Like, hey, I'm going to tease a little bit of like what you missed. And I think these thumbnails are really well done in that sense. The person we were just looking at put themselves in the thumbnail, and they were the star of the video, right? I think for the best chance at this, you need to be really thinking about the audience you're trying to reach. You know what I mean? So you reacting to Miss Marvel, like, no, these new viewers don't know who you are yet. So it's better to put the star of the show or the most interesting like character from that episode in the thumbnail rather than you. These are just general tips. I feel like that's where this channel is trying to go, though, right? They're watching stuff and then they're reacting to it, and that's what channels like Think Story does. So that's kind of who you're competing with. But I feel like Viper had such a really good point at the beginning, and then we kind of went off in this other direction. So Viper, I'm sorry if like we derailed your point that you were trying to make.
No, you're good. But the thing about it is they titled the channel Indian Geek Society. So that makes me feel like they're trying to lean into the Indian culture in their content. And I think it's kind of backfiring on them.
Yeah, it does seem like they've gotten away from that. Like I don't know if The Boys kind of fits that criteria.
Right.
So
it's either this that needs to change or this that needs to change, perhaps in the title.
Right.
Title, sorry, channel name.
Yep.
But yeah, general advice, I think try some thumbnails without you in them. Kind of like that Think Story channel. Try to do a character's face and then point at something in the background, even if it's like kind of obscure and weird, you know. And hopefully you kind of talk about that frame in the video. You know, when you're doing these reactions, I also think unlisting live streams for this channel. I like leaving live streams up. I like people getting to watch after the fact. Live streams in general are events, but the way you're doing live streams, it feels weird to leave them up afterwards. And I think you could be, maybe they're competing with each other, like the reaction videos and the live streams. Could be wrong about that, but on the surface, looking at your channel from this angle, it looks strange.
This is a good moment to just briefly touch on channel names. When you are thinking about what to name your channel, you have to really be careful, because you really have to think about where you want your content to go or where you think your content might go through the lifetime of your channel. So if you start with a really niche area and that's how you name your channel, if you decide later on in your channel's life to expand your content beyond that niche, then it can look a little weird if your channel name is still focusing on that niche, but your content is going beyond the niche. So you guys really need to think about how you name your channels and think about what you want to do with your content long term. I know it's easy for us to think about things in the short term, but we tell you guys all the time, YouTube is a long-term game. And when you think about your content, when you think about how you title your channel, what your channel name is, you got to think long-term as well, because you don't want to have things conflicting with each other, because then you confuse the viewer.
Let's move on to the next channel. And they go by the name Action Figure Fits. And, oh, what is this? What do I see here in the top right-hand corner? Oh, yeah. This is one of our VidIQ Max creators.
Oh.
Yeah, and so what happened here is that they had access to an exclusive form. I mean, you look at the form here. We've got 500 submissions on the non-gaming channel submission form. Another 479 submissions there. So we've already got 1,000 submissions. But this member of the community only had to compete with 17 other channels, and that's one of the perks of being a VidIQ Max member, which we're going to talk about in a few moments. But first, let's audit this channel. And I'm just going to open this up to both of you and ask you the question, what do you think this channel is about? I'll throw the thumbnails on screen. Right, you got 10, 15 seconds. You visited this channel for the first time. What am I getting myself into?
Anime action figures.
I have no unearthly idea.
All right, so you think it's anime action figures. Viper has no clue.
No clue.
Let's play one of the videos.
Nobody thinks delinquents are cool these days, right? That's why I'm going to make a new age of delinquents.
All right. So we have a bit of anime. I don't think there's any sound there, maybe to protect themselves from any copyright issues. There's a branded intro for you, Dan.
What's up, Fit Fam? Action Figure Fit here, back again with another video. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to do the all-kicking workout like the invincible Mikey, aka Manjiro Sano from Tokyo Revengers.
So now do you know what the channel's about?
I was not expecting fitness channel.
Yes. So as I understand it, when you get into the videos, This is about
It's very important that we stretch and warm up.
fitness, but also being able to perform some of the moves, perhaps in these anime films, like whether they be action, punch, kick, that type of thing. And it's going to show us what it may look like here in the anime and then try and recreate it in real life. So I'll go back to the channel again.
The name makes more sense.
Yes.
Action figure fit. Like, that's a great name in that context. I have to say, these thumbnails look amazing, but they are not, like, the expectation was not met at all.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because I think this is a very unique channel. Never come across anything like this before. And as you say, the thumbnails are absolutely fantastic in one sense, but then in terms of communication for new viewers, it's taken you to probably about 45 seconds to a minute to understand what you're getting yourself into. And maybe that's what's leading to the spiky views, like 7,500 views here, 700 views there. Interesting.
This is a case of a creator trying to get a little too cute for their own good.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate it because we always talk about like coming into YouTube and doing your own thing and being unique. And this is definitely unique in doing your own thing. But you can't do that at the expense of people that have no idea what you're trying to do. Again, when people land on your channel, your job as a creator is to make it easy for them to understand, make it easy for the viewer, us, to understand what you're trying to do. And this is the complete opposite of that. But I like what he's going for, but the execution could use a little work.
I guess here's a question. Like, they do include how to train like a character in an anime movie. I guess because when we're looking at these thumbnails, we're not looking at this text first, are we? We're looking at, okay, this is anime. This is anime, right? And I'm maybe not gonna read that piece of text.
That's exactly what happened. That's why I didn't even see the text. I saw the text, but I didn't see the text. I didn't read it. And so I thought action figure, in the name of the channel, maybe there's action figures that are based off of these anime characters, and that's what you're reviewing in the video. I think a better thumbnail would have been no text, anime character doing a move on one side and you mirroring it on the other side of the thumbnail. That's the thumbnail. That you get the anime plug and you get you, and now it's a fitness video.
Yeah, I mean, if you want some text, it might be anime on one side and then real life on the other. Just to give you that context. Here's the thing. I reckon that's how we, as creators coming to this channel for the first time, think. I wouldn't be surprised if a creator tested this to begin with. Their thumbnail click-through rate may fall through the floor for their regular viewers, because they'll all of a sudden be like, who is this? What's going on here? And I just have that worry in that respect.
On the anime side, just make sure you're kind of using similar colors to what you're using now, because your thumbnails are very vibrant. I think that's what helps them stand out. And on the real life side, just do a good job, like in your editing software, just making those making you look as clear as possible. Because your camera, I feel like a little bit more polish is needed production wise, which could mean when you put yourself in thumbnails, these are a bit older now, like 5 years ago, so I won't count these against you. But when you put yourself in thumbnails, you might be using photos that really need like a lot of touch up. So you will need to work on that production side too while you're making this potential change, if this is something you're interested in doing. But yeah, I think the suggestion would be, yes, you can use anime characters as the inspiration, but you have to be in the thumbnail. You have to be showing that. I won't even need to read the title. I'll totally get it. If you are doing a freeze frame of you mimicking the move next to a character doing the same move, I will instantly know what you're going to do in that video. It's just going to light bulb. I won't even have to read the title.
I'm trying to think of like I want to try and find a good
Pikachu.
Okay.
Pikachu
kicks. Does Pikachu kick?
I don't know anything about anime.
I don't think Pikachu kick.
Yeah, that's not worked out for me, that one.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately.
Sorry.
Hang on. So it's
like, there you go.
Kind of like that, but better than that. You emulating the anime character with your pose in the thumbnail. That's kind of where we're going.
Yes.
But that's not good at a good execution, that one. I don't believe.
No, it's it's like a, white pants on a light blue, almost white background. Yeah, there's a lot missing there.
And then when you get into a video, it is crucial that the first thing you do.
I like that.
Well, unless you're doing that, which is pretty cool. Not that.
Yeah,
get this thing.
I would just end your videos with that. It looks cool, but it's slowing us down.
We want to see, almost want to see the money shot action of you doing like a move, and it could be like either B-roll or it's just there for a split second, and then you jump into the video. Because when I'm looking at these, they all look as if they're taking quite a while to get into the meat of a video. Like when you start to do the training or you guide us through the moves. Like, as you say, Dan, this one actually seems pretty snappy in the way it's jumped into it.
We're going to take our workout to the next level.
We need a new microphone as well.
Yeah.
The microphone feels as if it's like 6 to 10 feet away from his mouth. So we're getting a lot of echo from the room.
You want a boom mic because you don't have a shirt to lapel mic onto. You want a boom mic, as close as possible, but off camera.
It's kind of like, I'm trying.
Yeah,
that's how it might look. Just like that. Just imagine.
Yeah, just off frame. That crude little red drawing is supposed to be a microphone.
You can get one from Amazon Prime, probably really cheap today.
Yeah, today's a great day to look for a boom mic.
So I think once you figure out the thumbnail and the intro, these videos will go from getting just under 10,000 as a good performing video to perhaps under 100,000.
Yep.
I think there's incredible opportunity there. But I'm guessing that a lot of people who are just scrolling through the feed, seeing these thumbnails, they don't decode what the video is about, or they tap because they think it's going to be something about anime, and then they're immediately disappointed by what they get from the content.
Yeah, but you may have found, like, the people who do get it, once they're in your circle there, you have almost 5,000 subscribers. You may have found like a potential massive audience, that it just needs a little more tapping into. People interested in fitness who also happen to know about anime. Anime is very popular. You could be using some of those popular anime shows in your thumbnails and helping people, learn something new, get fit. Like it's great. I love this combination. That execution, you're right here. You're just so close.
Now, Action Figure Fit has got this channel audit. It's just one of the small, less known perks of VidIQ Max. We don't a bonus, yeah. And if you want to know a little bit more about what VidIQ Max is, well, it's a group coaching program where you get to talk to our coaching experts, who are Travis, Jeff, when he's not live streaming on his own channel, and Alexi. And they do what you would call conference level quality presentations every 2 weeks at least. They commit to 2 a month, but they do far more frequently. We also bring in experts. We brought in Ian Corzine, who revealed an absolute ton about YouTube copyright, which is almost too hot to talk about on YouTube itself. Some really interesting facts about how YouTube is almost aligns itself with people who get copyright claims because it makes YouTube a lot of money. But anyway, I don't want to go too much into that. I would highly recommend watching that as one of the first sessions. So there's tons of sessions. We've got about 20 plus now, which you can take advantage of. On top of that, we have an incredible Discord community, which is exclusive to VidIQ Max members, and the conversation in there is incredible. People are talking about nothing but YouTube, and there's people always in there. Jeff, Alexi, and Travis are always in there commenting, offering their advice, but just the community as a whole. I mean, there's Journey and Power Dragon who are in there just having conversations with everybody 24/7, and it's incredible. And this is on top of everything that you already get with VidIQ. So you get VidIQ Boost, but you also get Max on top. And we're really excited about this. We already have 300 people in this community. So as it grows, we get more and more people sharing their knowledge and experience. and it's only going to get better, and we're only going to get more stuff soon. And I hear, maybe, I don't know how much you want to tease here, Viper, but we may have secured something of real interest and exclusivity that we're almost there, right? I know.
Rob, if you've been paying attention, Rob, all right, yeah. So speaking of special guest for VidIQ Max, I was able to reach out to a certain employee of YouTube to ask if they want to be on, come be a guest on one of the conferencing calls, and I think that might happen. So VidIQ Max members might actually have access soon to a actual YouTube employee. So yeah, there are definitely a lot of reasons to get into the program. The special guest being one of them, but just our coaches alone, Jeff, Travis, Alexi, excellent. Sometimes Rob popping there, Dan popping there. I haven't popped in there yet, but I'll be in there soon. But yeah, VidIQ Max, definitely give it a look. It is legit.
Yeah, whenever we have time, we just pop in for some Q&A, like I did so on Friday afternoon. I had a chat with Jeff and Travis and others. We want to try and give as many bonuses as possible, but we commit to a certain amount and then we over deliver. So VidIQ Max, if you want to join it, there's a link now on the ticker tape. There's also a link in the description. Just to emphasize that the current offer we have for Boost does not apply to VidIQ Max, but we hope to have some offers in the future for VidIQ Max. We've not secured them yet, so I don't want to promise anything. But if you want to join in on the conversation right now, then make sure to check out the link in the description. That is the end of the first hour of channel audits, and now we're gonna have a little bit of this. It is the return of a claw, as you can see from Dan, who's getting very excited about grabbing random balls. If you're new here, then what we do is we go back to... I don't know why anybody would think that.
Rob, no.
That was funny. We take submissions from our chat, from those who've submitted. Well, we've got 530 people have submitted on that one. 500 people have submitted from that one. So we have to adjust our numbers. And we'll put in 550 just to make sure that we're grabbing every single creator we can. And then we pick out one of the balls from the collection here. It's 154. So I take that number, I put it here. And we have no idea what we're getting ourselves into now. These channels we've not come across before. Imagine we are a brand new viewer visiting your channel to find out a little bit more about you. Do you welcome us in? Do we understand what you're about in 10 seconds? We'll try to find out with Watch with Marcella. And we'll start with you, Viper. What do you think this channel's about?
Okay, what are we doing here? Okay. So she's basically reacting to different movies and things. Okay. Or movie trailers, apparently. So it looks like she's a trailer reaction channel. Okay, all right.
Yep.
I need that in the banner though, because the banner doesn't really. I mean, the banner lets me know that we're watching something with you, but we don't know exactly what it is that we're gonna get. So you might want to work on that in the banner. But yeah. So she brought to Marvel and Star Wars alone and Lego Adventure occasionally. Okay. Who we got? 1.2K subscribers. All right. So that's cool. Your thumbnails need work. Let's see. There's just too much going on, so we need to figure out a way to simplify the thumbnails. Maybe instead of putting like the picture in the thumbnail, just have like the entire thumbnail be the show or movie or trailer that you're reacting to, and then have your face somewhere making some type of emotion to what you're watching behind you or what's going on behind you in the thumbnail. But this current setup that you have going on, it's too confusing and too combobulated. You got to simplify it for the viewer, in my opinion.
So you're talking about removing the background here, Viper, of their setup. So keep that reaction face there.
Yeah.
But then this image here, which we can barely see.
Right.
I can't see anything, but you want to expand that out to fill the entirety of almost like the background itself.
Right. Make it big enough so we know what TV show or movie that you're reacting to, but still have your face there reacting to it. Maybe that might be Dan might have Dan better than thumbnail from mine. He might have a better idea, but I think that's a good place to start though.
Yeah. I think the only difference I would recommend is give yourself permission to let the frame that you're reacting to be the background and put yourself off to the side so you can see a character or two, but you're partially covering.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, right?
And maybe like one word of text instead of, there's a lot of text in these thumbnails. Yeah. One word like funny, terrible, or maybe a tiny phrase like, looking forward, or I don't know, like that's looking forward to, it's too long, but the text is also really hard to read. And that's the other issue with these thumbnails. It's just a lot of information being thrown at you just in the thumbnail alone.
Yeah, we've got red text on a thumbnail, but I also want to add pink text on a thumbnail. I'm not sure that might be even worse as something to try and read. It's pretty unreadable for me without the magnifying glass. And yeah, trailer reaction watch with me feels like very redundant information on a thumbnail. The thumbnail should be able to tell you without text that you are reacting to a trailer of some kind. We shouldn't need to be told. If we're being told, then the images haven't done enough to justify the thumbnail. Mm-hmm. And then what we then need to look at is the view counts, because they've got 1,000 subscribers. The majority of their reactions to trailers don't seem to be doing much, like 100 views or less, with occasional spikes, like one here with 45,000 views, one here with 22,000 views, which is pretty incredible. Need to sort by most popular. And
Rob, one thing I would say is I think their titles are too generic. There's no emotion, no like, what do you think about the trailer? Like just such and such trailer reaction. I need to get your emotion in the actual title. I need some opinion. I don't just need a generic title. Anybody can do that. But what do you think? Or give us a little inkling of what you think about in the actual title.
I mean, they're doing that a little bit in some of these, like no thank you, let's go. This one here, which got 22,000 views, so many perfect tears. And they do try and again tell us that in a thumbnail as well. But because it's so difficult to read, I'm not wasting my energy trying to read the text on a thumbnail. This one especially, balance, stillness, and tiny lightsaber blades. It's what, 12 words there in that thumbnail?
Too many.
Yeah, it looked like it's like some of the other channels we look at too. Certain pieces of content are more popular than others.
Yeah, they're getting very spiky views here.
But a lot of content too. They're putting out a lot of stuff. Like 3 hours ago and 4 hours ago and 5 hours ago. Like
wow,
3 videos in just this morning. When you make this kind of content, like you can put out quite a bit, but I would take a small break, and if that just means one video a day for you for a little bit, like I would take a small break and enhance your thumbnail strategy, like enhance your thumbnail practices. That's going to be a huge difference already. I think this channel sees a massive difference in their lowest performing videos, even like just by improving the thumbnails.
I was just trying to work out if reactions to Star Wars Obi-Wan were all of a higher view count, because we've got 22,000 there, 1,000 there. Where is part 4? 310 there.
I wonder if are the videos that are getting more views, do they have shorter titles? Like, is it the emotion isn't being cut off and therefore people are clicking? Because you could flip the name of the show and the emotion, since the show itself is going to be obvious in the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Or trailer or whatever.
I mean, you could be right, Dan, in terms of like the production level just isn't high enough because they're making so many videos. And obviously
very long branded intro.
Come on.
It's still going. 10 seconds.
Wow. When does it end? Right. Okay.
Yes, Marcella were today. We are checking out a new trailer from Sony Pictures. All I know, it's called The Woman King. I don't know anything else about it. There's a badass, beautiful woman, and it's a woman king. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. Would she really be called a woman king, or would she just be called a queen? This is my problem with knight. Like, a long time ago, there was an article in Entertainment Weekly or something online.
When does the actual... All right, okay. What do you think there in terms of the
video? The audio thinking was a little off on that one.
I think it's the internet connection for us.
Yeah, probably.
The intro, the branded intro is way too long. I think a lot of people might click off because it was probably like, what, 15 seconds?
Yeah, is it on every video? Yeah.
Yeah.
We just want the video to start.
Yeah, I would get rid of that completely and just get right to you talking.
We are
I think
a new trailer from Kevin Smith, and the clerks have returned to.
She's got like a good presentation style.
Yes.
She's positive, upbeat, has a confidence and an air to it, but it takes 20 seconds to get there.
Yeah, and then like in the last video, you were saying, "Okay, let's go, let's do it," and then proceeded to kind of like make some jokes and things like that. Yeah. But I thought the "let's go" was me prepared to. Okay, the trailer's going to start, and it's okay that it didn't. You know, it's okay to give your thoughts on it a little bit leading into it, but it just that those little cues are confusing to people, I think, and certain people might click off because I had to sit through the long intro. You said that it's going now we're going to start the trailer, but we're not starting the trailer, so. You know, how many chances are people going to give before they click away?
But again, just in terms of going back to the passion and the commitment to their channel, this is all content within the last weeks and months. But what I will also say is, as I slowly scroll through these thumbnails, do any of these thumbnails catch your eye, jump out, make you stop scrolling? And for me, the answer is generally no, because they're just too chaotic. They're too busy. My eye can't focus on anything instantly.
Nope.
Wow, this is incredible amount of content.
Yeah.
And so it's clear that another thing here is that the creators looks as if they've been doing a similar format and style for quite a while now, and it's not resulting in some spiky views, but it's not resulting in a consistent growth of audience. So that's another thing to consider. And I think what we've identified here is certainly the thumbnails and the intros to your videos could be handicapping the channel somewhat.
Absolutely.
All right. So that was Watch with Marcella. And we will now go back to our ball picking machine and we'll pick a gaming channel this time. We're looking at channel 210. And this, I remind you all, is a gaming channel. Echo Dolphino. Is this going to be about Echo the Dolphin, the Mega Drive game from the early 1990s? Did anyone play that?
No.
It's not. Is Icarus a game? I assume it is.
Yeah, I guess it is.
So, yeah, Viper was talking about channel names and by extension, channel profile picture. How does any of that relate to the thumbnails? Because it doesn't look like an anime game.
No idea
from what I can see.
Yeah, and
anyway.
that extra bit of professional polish helps. It helps people understand that you take YouTube seriously. I can give like a kind of a personal example. There is a channel I was watching that was playing an MMO I was kind of interested in. The channel itself was not one I was watching before, but they had a video that I watched. I was kind of seeking them out, and the video quality was kind of low. The audio wasn't great, and their logo was like this random image. And so to me, it registered, okay, interesting video. I'm not going to subscribe though. Like I actively remember this. Like I wasn't going to subscribe because I didn't know how serious they were going to be. Are they going to make more videos? Was this a one-off? They're just kind of trying YouTube out. A few weeks later, they're well into a series of videos now. They've updated their logo. They have, you know, a whole different presence. Their audio sounds great. And I've now since subscribed because it had that like extra bit of polish, which I was excited about. But anyway, very personal story. Live streaming channel primarily here. And it looks like they're using shorts to kind of put out some, you know, interesting moments from live streams, F-ups, if you will. I kind of wonder how they've gotten so consistent with the thumbnails on these. Are they uploading thumbnails themselves? Also, I'm not seeing the shorts icon. Can we click on one of those and see if they're actually uploading shorts?
Well, they're all longer than a minute.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so it's even weirder because it almost looks like you were trying to make those look like shorts thumbnails.
Yeah, that's a good observation there.
So if you're going to do clips like that, which is totally fine, I think episodic clips of funny moments doesn't make any sense at all. Those clips are for growing your channel. So if you're going to do these live streams and you want your concurrent viewers to go up and you're going to do clips, title and thumbnail for each one of your clips that you've strung together from live streams needs to be for a new audience. So get rid of the episode numbers. Focus on one of the many things that happened in the video. The most hilarious, the most shocking, the most whatever. Make that the focus of the title and the thumbnail. Get rid of the weird rectangular thumbnails and make all of those videos as if they're only for people who've never heard of you before. I'm trying to see what you're looking up here.
I was looking at what the volume of interest is on a game today, because I saw some big channels that looked at it 6 to 7 months ago, and there is still a little. I mean, you're ranking there, but the thumbnails look very different for our Echo creator channel versus the other creators in this space.
Yeah, this is all like I have a much different idea now of what Icarus is based on these thumbnails. I didn't even realize it was like a building survival kind of game, but that's what it looks like from these angles. You've been using like this weird, I don't know why you like black bars on thumbnails so much, but you're giving yourself so little space to work with. And then you're zooming way out of what I assume might be a huge build or something you're working on. Zoom in on something. Like, give me some intrigue. Your live stream thumbnails are so important. Like, people tend to take live stream thumbnails for granted. So important, because people do watch these after the fact and in the moment while you're live. Like, you rank differently in search while you're live. So you want people, and for 8 hours too. They did an 8-hour stream 3 days ago.
Wow.
You've nice. Captured that real estate on certain areas of search for a long time. I think your click-through rate would be much higher if I knew what the game, like what specifically in the game are you going to be focusing on based on the thumbnail, and in the title, is there a challenge? Is there something you're trying to do? But you've taken Icarus Live and put it at the front. Obviously, it's Icarus Live because I'm searching for Icarus, and this is a live stream. YouTube's already telling people that. Go into the meat of the title in the first few words.
I was just wondering if there was an opportunity to take any of these live streams and repurpose them for content like this one, which is a 2-hour live stream. Talks about updates in the game, which is cool.
Yeah.
News and updates are always going to be a good thing. I did a search here on YouTube. We've got this Wired Gaming, who is not too much bigger than you as a channel. They are at 12,000 subscribers, but they're doing some shorter clips, shorter videos, 5 minutes, some 10 minutes, and just doing updates on the game and some examples of different thumbnails that they're using as well. Or is any of this Icarus? Hang on. Where did I get that?
Survival games, though.
So actually these are quite old, so maybe ignore that.
Yeah. Speaking on the positives, while we are looking at Icarus and other games, I do like the channel focus. I do like that you've decided to go kind of all in on this game. I don't know how popular this game is. I'm hoping that for your sake, it has like a really loyal, dedicated fan base. And you could, who knows, maybe your goal, maybe it's not the biggest fan base ever, but maybe your goal is to just kind of conquer it. So that's great. I just think there needs to be more to the titles and thumbnails of your live streams, and your clips aren't doing a good enough job of bringing in new viewers. They're very uninviting because we put an episode number on there and almost no anything teasing a funny moment or an F up at all.
Yeah. Given the amount of content and the length of the content, there's very much a preference for content as opposed to strategy. Yep. And there needs to be a bit of a rebalance there. Think about, do people want to watch an 8-hour live stream and then watch a 2-hour live stream, like really long live streams every single day? And or is there something more valuable you can give to your audience that's a shorter length of video, but is a lot tighter and more compact. Because I can't imagine you have any time to make thumbnails, to think about title strategy, to think about a plan of videos, to think about editing some of this down, considering how much content you're making every single day almost.
Right.
So that was Echo. And now we will go back to the ball selector. And his channel number 280. We're looking at a non-gaming channel. What time are we on? Just checking. 20 past the hour. Fisher Watkins is the next channel, and they look like this. Oh, this isn't a gaming channel. No, I thought it was a game. You know, when you see like trucks and cars, I just immediately think video game car channels. Video games are so realistic these days. I just thought it was a gaming channel, but it's not. Again, I'm going to throw it to you, Viper. First impressions on what looks to be predominantly a shorts channel. A lot of shorts content in the last 24 hours as well. Wow.
Okay. All right, Viper. Be kind, Viper. Be kind. So this creator is providing very little value to viewers. These titles are, I don't know what you know these titles. They're just like random, like out of nowhere. Like a day in the life of Fisher Watkins. Like, first of all, who is Fisher Watkins? That's what we want to know. That's what we care about. Like, why should we care about who Fisher Watkins is? And then you got come on, and then you got a what? Like, dude, I need a compelling reason to click on your videos. Actually, more than me, we all need a compelling reason to want to watch your videos. I keep harping on this over and over again. And as long as Rob lets me come back on here, I'm going to continue to harp on it. People, viewers on YouTube need a reason to want to click on your videos. You, the creator, it is your job to give the viewer a reason to care about your content. And generic crazy titles are not going to get it done. You have to figure out how to provide value, even if it's just an average day in your life. Did you do something, or did you figure out how to do something that maybe other people don't know? Or did something exciting happen that might not happen in my life that I might be interested in? Highlight that. That should be in your title and your thumbnail, not just randomness. You need to provide value. And this creator, unfortunately, is not providing much value to the viewer.
They're providing a lot of content. This is all from the last 5 months. So in under half a year, they have
and if you're using YouTube as a content dump, then that's cool. But then you wouldn't be here if you didn't care about growing your channel. So
300 videos there, maybe. So I think amongst a lot of stuff that they do make, Viper, the most popular stuff and what I can visually see the most is, would it be called motocross? This,
yeah,
biking.
It looks like motocross.
When they focus on that and provide interesting clips, the view counts are fairly positive. But as you say, they then sort of disintegrate a little bit in terms of focus. And now it's like, we're not sure what this shorts is about, the one right here. As you say, are people necessarily that interested in a live vlog on this channel? Or do they just want to go back to seeing this person riding a bike and doing cool stuff, probably like this? I'm going to mute it because probably copyright music claims potentially. So what is this? A post that somebody's reporting all of their videos, and you wanted to post a video about that?
They made a dedication.
It's probably not a good idea to hang your dirty laundry out in public and get back at people within your videos. I mean, there's potential here. Look at some of these views.
Yeah,
they're pretty encouraging.
It's really difficult for creators to do this. I still struggle with this, but your best times on YouTube are going to be when you can, like, when you're trying to analyze anyway. It's the best time you're going to have is when you can like separate yourself from the content and watch your videos trying to imagine yourself being somebody else who's never met you before. And like when you go through these shorts, the motocross ones make so much sense because the high intensity, high action, you know, there's always something intriguing there that people don't see every day. unless you're in this space, people don't see the first person viewpoint on a motorcycle. They don't get to see motorcycles doing jumps, you know, and things like that. So you have this like unique hobby, and that can be a whole channel. You can bring people along with you on that whole channel. But I think it's that kind of like thing where a lot of newer creators fall prey to this. I like a lot of things, and I'm going to document all of it on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And when you're growing, when you're starting out, it's really, really hard to do that. The best thing you can do to grow a channel, consistently grow a channel, is to consistently make content for an audience. So if people like motocross and you want to do something else, it's your job to go out and figure out what are the other things that I like that motocross people universally like as well. And there might not be a lot of answers to that question, but that's kind of the point we're trying to make is, yeah, I race dirt bikes. It's perfect. But fishing and hunting, you race dirt bikes, but that doesn't necessarily mean everybody who likes dirt bikes also likes fishing and hunting. It's kind of a stretch, I would say. So, you know, it's maybe fishing and hunting is something you do in your free time. It maybe is on a separate channel, but it's going to confuse the audience that you're trying to build up, and they're not going to click on any of your videos once they don't click on enough of them in a row.
Just to keep it simple, imagine that is your channel description. I race dirt bikes. And your 527 subscribers all love racing dirt bikes, but nothing else. They're not interested in getting 300 subscribers on Instagram or 300 followers or fishing reels. All they're interested in is watching you go and have fun on your bike and make your next 50 to 100 shorts on that topic to promote like discipline in terms of channel focus. And then, you know, submit your channel in a couple of months and we'll see where you're at. Because I think if you were to stick to one topic and think about why your viewer loves watching you ride bikes, you're going to get away from these very spiky views and probably have a lot more consistency. Fisher Watkins there. Let's pick I think this will be gaming channel next, won't it? Yeah, gaming channel 315. Okay. Chucky Prime is our next candidate for audits. And I see Among Us, but then I also see StarCraft. Wow. That's going back into the history of video gaming there. Is that StarCraft 1 or 2? Yeah. Minecraft also. Is this some anime stuff they did, or it's just some hand-drawn thumbnails?
So kind of similar to the motocross channel, whenever you jump topics, in this case, Minecraft to Among Us to StarCraft, it's really difficult to build an audience. You want to build an audience of returning viewers, right? You want people who are going to consistently come back. And in order to build that audience, you have to make content for that audience over and over and over again. So what do we got here?
Those are all Among Us videos, aren't they? Like consistent growth in view counts there. And then all of a sudden, even on the same day, I'm done with Among Us. I'm going to start making something about Minecraft.
Right.
The audience is saying, well, I don't want to follow you in that direction. I was enjoying what you were making about Among Us. Why did you stop?
Yeah. I had the same stuff happening when I was, starting out on YouTube. I was playing different games.
It's so clear. It's all Among Us.
It's this person's having a lot of luck with Among Us at a time where Among Us is not as popular as it used to be.
Indeed. Yeah.
Hey, by the way, when Among Us VR comes out, maybe that's something you jump on as fast as you can if you have a VR headset, because that's going to, I think, boost the popularity of the game. You could be preparing for that. Like you could be the next like Among Us person. You're getting some incredible views here for the size of your channel. Stop topic jumping. Like that's as clear as I can be. Stop topic jumping.
Dan, can you slap the camera lens and say that again?
If you're here to grow on YouTube and you're asking us like what's my best way forward, what we're saying is stop topic jumping unless you would like to water down your audience. So what I mean by that is you can switch from Among Us to Minecraft, but you have to be prepared to buckle up and lose a bunch of your audience who liked the Among Us stuff and may not come back for the Minecraft stuff.
You all ever heard that saying, jack of all trades, master of none? That's what they're literally talking about. If you try to reach everybody, you reach nobody. So that's why he's saying stop topic jumping, because when somebody lands on your page and they see all of this stuff, they're not going to know what to expect. And if people don't know what to expect from you, they get scared, they get nervous, and they run. And that's just natural human nature. So it's our job as creators that when a viewer lands on our page, they can take a quick glance at it, and then they know what to expect from us going forward. And then that makes them feel more comfortable to stick around because they know what to expect.
All of this content is from the last 3 months, and every time they play Among Us, there's a significant increase in views. Not to begin with, but once they were like a month in, yeah. So it's you can play all of these games, you just don't have to record all of these games for the audience.
Absolutely. It's great to play games as a YouTuber for yourself, and it's hard to do because there's this guilt. Like, I could stream this. Try to just get that off your mind. Like, play games to relax. It's probably your favorite hobby, like it is for me. YouTube is another favorite hobby of mine, and it's very easy to go, oh, I just thought of a series I could do in this other game. You know, should I make a new channel? And no, I don't have the time to do that. Of course, I want to focus on my other channel. And that's what's helped that channel become successful.
Listen, you all, people are creatures of habit. Just think about it like this. When you walk into a restroom, you're walking into the restroom to use the restroom. How would you feel if you walked into a restroom and there was somebody at the door? How would you feel if you walked into a bathroom and there was somebody at the door trying to sell you a donut or something? Like, how would you feel? That would throw you off, right? Yeah, I would throw you off. So that's why when they come to your channel, you got to give the people what they want. Because when the people don't get what they expect or what they want, they're going elsewhere.
It's the best analogy I've ever heard for YouTube Focus.
People are creatures of habits.
Yes.
When you go into a restroom, ... Like, just leave it there. You don't need to expand any further than that. Unless, of course, you see 3 seashells. Wow. Now, that is a reference that Viper got. Will anyone else get that? Yes. There you go. Right. Okay. I've completely lost my train of thought now. What I was going to say that if you are late to this live stream party, I just do want to remind you that we have the sizzling summer offer right now. If you want to get VidIQ Boost, which is all of our software tools to help you get better data-driven decisions, then you got the 35% off right now if you put in the code 2022 Summer Boost. We've got that link in the description if you just want to copy and paste it from there. It's for new customers only, and it doesn't apply to VidIQ Max. But if you want all of our tools for 35% off for 6 months on a monthly plan, this offer is open until the end of July. Let's go pick another ball from our collection. And it is channel 282 in the gaming section. Is that right? Are we on a gaming channel? No, we've just done a gaming channel. Sorry, I do apologize. Yeah, so it's a non-gaming channel. And it is Dos Bros South Bay, or Dos Brothers South Bay. It's going to be a channel about how to operate computers from the 1990s. No.
I don't think so.
All right. I think we have another pair of younger creators making videos about vacation adventures, it looks like here. At least in the last couple of weeks and months. So amazing adventure. Okay, so that is a through line going on amazing adventures. That's pretty cool. Look at the description. So travel two brothers doing travel vlogs. I would like to maybe see that promoted just a little bit more in the value proposition. But what do we think of the thumbnails and the titles?
The text on the bottom of the thumbnail is almost unreadable.
You're talking about this bit here.
Yeah, like that. But yep, that and other. Yeah, it's too small, and usually it's not really against the background that's going to make it pop. So I would just get rid of it. You don't really need it down there. So is this Amazing Vacation Adventure Vacation? Is that like a series they're doing, or what is?
I think it is. And you raise a good question, Viper, about do you need this text on the thumbnails, or is it a good way to brand a series of content? Because they're not using it in a title, so they're not repeating themselves. It's text that's very clear, so it gets you into the idea of this is going to be some sort of travel video or travel vlog.
Yep.
And then some of the thumbnails are better than others. Like this one is a bit nondescript of a beach, although it does show the slide in the background. I probably want to bring that slide into more focus and detail, zoom in on that. This one, I'm not sure where my eyes should be going here. I know it's a nice building on the coastline, and it's a restaurant. Okay, so maybe I would have liked to have seen a plate of food with the coastal view in the background. Might have been a bit more effective.
What's interesting is the video on the right there from 2 weeks ago is 526 views, and it's not, the title is not in English. And I kind of wonder if that's a clue.
Interesting. All right, let's listen to this one. Oh, that's some music.
No, you can't do that.
City of Long Beach. And parking here is 30 minutes for every 50 cents. Make sure to come early to find really good parking because it can get crowded. City of Long
That's
Beach
pretty cool. I like all of the B-roll and the voiceover narration.
Aquariums and more.
So yeah, I'm wondering, is this the destination?
What's up, guys? It's another beautiful day, and today we'll bring you one of the best Baja California campgrounds. This place is awesome, and it's also an RV.
Oh, it's the name of the. I see. It's the name of the campground.
A lot of activities for you to do. Life is beautiful, so come see it with those bros. And here's a preview of what you're about to see.
Wow, the amount of footage they've collected is incredible.
Yeah. Also,
really,
can we just shout out the young kids for like getting into the content creation game? I mean, we're gonna have a great future of content creators, man. Like y'all starting off with like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old.
Yeah,
it's done. I appreciate it.
So what I would say is they themselves are not in the videos that much. It's all voiceover of where they're traveling to. I'm wondering why they're not getting in front of camera more to give it more personality. And build a relationship with their audience.
It might be, Rob, that their parents won't let them get in front of the camera.
Possibly, yeah, that is a point. But that was fantastic in terms of the production quality, very high.
Yeah, I think then the biggest thing they could be doing is, like you said earlier, like zoom in on something rather than these big wide shots of like a beach or something like that. Like find the coolest thing you saw. You have a ton of footage, and make that like the focus of the thumbnail.
Okay, this feels as if it might be a bit long if it's just music as you're traveling around. That's what it kind of feels like.
Yeah. But yeah, the videos with the voiceovers and all that stuff, that works.
Yeah, it was well scripted.
You know,
good presentation.
What's just the biggest attraction to where you at where you were, and you know, make that like the focus of the title and maybe even the thumbnail, or reverse that. Make that the focus of the thumbnail, and the title can kind of be something to reflect it.
Today we're going to show you where to get some great food in Ensenada, and it's just a few minutes away from the main streets of Ensenada.
That's right, guys, and this place is called Plaza Contenedores because the place is full of containers, which makes it really interesting. It has 2 main entrances and beautiful views. I
feel as if I'm being welcomed somewhat into the video with how they're presenting it, which is really good.
Yeah.
Just see if there's any outstanding videos. So there's nothing that's gone too viral here, so that shows good consistency as well.
Yeah, they are going places.
So we're thinking thumbnails need a little bit of tweaking. And what was the thing that you maybe suggested, Dan?
I just focusing on like a thing rather than trying to shove the entire venue into one thumbnail. Like just get in on something. Like you said with the restaurant, like show the coolest plate of food, you know, like, and then the name of the restaurant and the title.
And something just like looking at the videos, it would seem that the longer videos, especially this one, which is 28 minutes long, and then there's another one here which is 18 minutes long. I think when you're just filming experiences without any voiceover or experience of it or storytelling, those don't seem to be working that well with your audience anyway. So as well, so short, snappy, the high production value with the voiceovers and the scripting, those seem to, I mean, they just jumped out straight away as really good videos that we were watching. Let's move on to the next channel then, and this will be a gaming channel this time. 475. Oops, that's not 475. There we go. The Oshima clan. Oshima clan. They have 66 subscribers. They've been playing Fall Guys. Does anyone still play that?
It just came out on Switch for free, so yeah, it has a little bit of new life right now.
Hocus Pocus, World of Warcraft, Hocus Pocus, World of Warcraft, Elden Ring, the Oshima clan livestream, something to do with Uber, Grand Theft Auto Online. It's about, what's that, 4 different games in 3 months worth of content?
Yeah, not a lot of audience crossover there between games like Fall Guys and World of Warcraft, I would say. It's another one of these channels where we have to ask, like, so what's like the channel focus here? What when you make a video, so a wild mix of everything, random rants with friends, us playing games, let's plays with plenty more. So
I couldn't think of anything worse to include in the channel description. Mix of everything random. What were you saying earlier, Viper? A jack of all trades, a master of none.
Another bathroom thing.
Yo,
I love it. Your content's like a bathroom, okay? People are coming in there. Something like that. So you can be the World of Warcraft person, and you can play with your friends, and during your streams or whatever it may be, you guys can like start cutting it up and getting into more random discussions and things like that. But it should always be within the context of one thing so that your audience has something to latch onto. But if you're just going to kind of do a mix of everything, like one day you're playing World of Warcraft, one day you're reacting to Hocus Pocus, it's hard to even say, oh, this is a gaming channel. It's just kind of like, a stream of consciousness, like just a channel that's just like where you just kind of post whatever you're feeling like. And that's great for you. That gives you an outlet. And I encourage you to keep doing that if this is helping you. But coming to us and saying, yeah, how do I grow this? We're going to be giving you a lot of that same advice that we give a lot of these channels that are in a similar position. Like if you're going to be playing all these different games, you got to pick one. You got to like focus on one. Like if you're going to play games like Fall Guys and in the future Fall Guys isn't as popular, then I would encourage you to play something competitive that's kind of adorable and involves a lot of people playing and competing for a title or something similar to Fall Guys. Like that's how you make a pivot. But World of Warcraft to Fall Guys I couldn't imagine like a farther apart audience. And you want to be targeting one audience, not all the audiences.
And this feels like a channel where you kind of get out what you put in. And I see that this channel often takes extended breaks. It looks like they've been trying for the last 3 weeks, but then they had a break for a couple of months. And then we go down here and they're maybe making 1 video a month. And then there was another 6-month break. I don't want to accuse this creator of not having the passion or the commitment. There could be things that are life things that get in the way. But then when they do make the content, as you say, Dan, there doesn't really feel as if there is enough thought being put into a particular target audience or of any description. Now, there are 2 videos here. You've done a short on Hocus Pocus 2 and then a trailer on Hocus Pocus 2. As far as I'm aware, that's a film, not a video game.
Right. It is. Yeah.
If you want to completely pivot to being a channel that looks at the upcoming Disney films, that's fine. Be that channel, but don't make a a short about it, then do World of Warcraft, and then do a trailer reaction to Hocus Pocus, and then something about Fall Guys, because it feels like you're a wild mix of random everything.
Mm-hmm.
And we spoken about this a few times now already in this live stream, that in the long term, that's not going to build an audience, and it's kind of evidenced by the fact that you're still getting often less than 10 views per video.
I saw the classic question in chat here, and I'm just going to address this real quick without pulling it up because it's a bit negative. But it's the classic question of, what about gaming review channels? What if I'm going to review several games on my channel? How can you say focus on one game? If you're going to be a review channel, you want to focus on a type of game. And the reason I say focus still is because you want to build some credibility. Like, whose review are you going to trust? Are you going to trust the person who's never played an MMO before to review an MMO? Or are you going to trust Josh Strife Hayes, who only does pretty much MMO reviews on his entire channel? He plays a ton of MMOs, but primarily he gives reviews of MMOs. I trust his opinion because he's very experienced in that space. I know if he tells me I'm going to spend my money in the right place, this monthly fee for an MMORPG, he's probably onto something because I trust his opinion. He seems to vibe with me in terms of the games I like and the way I like to play. So when you're doing reviews, you want to build credibility. When you're doing Let's Plays, when you're doing entertainment content, you want to entertain an audience that's going to keep coming back for more. So if I'm entertained by World of Warcraft, but not Fall Guys, why would I come watch your Fall Guys stream? I'm not entertained by that. I'm going to wait till you play World of Warcraft again. But if you take too long of a break between that next World of Warcraft stream, I may not see your channel pop up when it finally comes back because it's been so long since I've clicked on it. That's where this advice is coming from.
What would be the through line of the reviews? And that might be that you only review games after they've been reduced to $20 or less, or you review games that take 10 hours or less to complete, or you review games that you review in 3 minutes or less. And that's where you would pitch yourself in a unique way. I'm going to go to an example of why does MKBHD, why does he have permission and license to review whatever tech he wants to? And the answer to that is because the production and quality of his videos are so good that I would watch him review any piece of tech and I would be interested in. I don't watch all of his car reviews. I will admit that because I'm not as interested in automotive stuff. But when it comes to tech, his through line is quality of production, and that's what makes him unique. So, the person asking about game reviews, already you're going to be competing against IGN, GameSpot, and all of these other really popular game reviewers. So you've got to find, it's going to be hard because you're doing something that's been already done before. How do you make it different? It's the same with game walkthrough channels. You can play a game and make 500 videos on it, but if you don't offer anything unique of value that hasn't been done before, then you'll be in the same position as where this creator is, and the game review example.
Yeah. And the other thing in terms of focusing on one game, this is kind of a similar topic, is commitment. Like Ryan Trahan just crossed America with nothing but a penny. It took him 30 days. There was a huge level of commitment that went into that. And I think a lot of channels find fast growth because they commit to something that not everybody would do, right? So that's like obviously the next level. I'm not saying cross America with a penny or a dollar or whatever. I'm saying that if you want to do a series, like have something unfold, make it extra, make it something even more interesting than just, I'm just going to play World of Warcraft today. Like, there's so many ways to like grow on YouTube and like take it to that next level. And Ryan Trahan's like a great example of that.
Okay. The next channel is Daniel Anoli. Whew, okay, this is an unusual channel. We've got 68,000 subscribers. And dare I click on one of these? I don't know if I do.
So I'll do an audit, but I'm like, well, what are we doing here? I don't.
Gaming videos. All right, I'm going to risk doing this.
Where?
Okay. interesting. I'm lost, folks. Help. Help.
You're not the only one. There's no gaming video. Where are the gaming videos? I don't see any of them. I see a bunch of gummy bears. And oddly enough, people are watching the content. But
yeah, so this is extreme niche, and they dominate this niche, whatever this niche is. I think for the first time, a channel has brought us to silence.
Not the first time, but it's rare.
oh boy,
because we can't necessarily say that the creator's doing anything wrong with the with the consistency of the content and views.
Are people tired of the gummy bear plush? Maybe it's time to like find another cutesy character to have singing and dancing, because they like the views. This is like 63,000 subscribers. I feel like the older content probably has more views. And
wow, they've been doing this for 5 years.
Yeah, maybe the gummy bears like had its time, and now it's time to like change things up a little bit. If they're coming to us, like they were getting millions of views and now they're getting thousands of views. So obviously they're probably thinking, I would love to like recapture that. Time to find another mascot. I mean, but it's really hard to say if that's what they want to do. I don't.
I mean, it's just, this isn't related to anything like with Friday Nights at Freddy's, is it? It has that feel to it, but I don't think it is.
Yeah. Well, the end.
I think Dan, that's the best advice you can give is that perhaps the gummy bear of Estonia. You've run this topic into the ground somewhat, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like this is all from like a couple of months ago as well. It almost feels like, I don't want you to take this the wrong way. Can you remember when YouTube or somebody was uploading lots of they were uploading thousands of videos onto a channel and they were just colored squares?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I was trying to. Someone probably knows about this in the chat. It kind of feels like this is a channel that's kind of doing a variation of that.
I feel like we skipped a whole bunch of traveling. We got to the end of a YouTube rabbit hole. That's, like you can get down those YouTube rabbit holes where you're clicking all the recommended videos, and before you know it, things are getting real weird.
Yeah.
I feel like we reached the end of that. Like we didn't have to do all that clicking around.
This is some Angry Birds stuff. That didn't seem to work.
No, that they wanted their gummy bears.
I think all we can do is apologize, but also say well done on the success so far on your channel. Dan, I think, has the most pertinent advice, which is to maybe find a mascot similar to this, which is maybe more recent and more trending, and start to make very similar videos to what you've done here. Also, shorts. Are you doing any shorts on this character? You've done a couple. It feels like you're experimenting, but you haven't fully committed. That might be something to potentially look at as well. But I think we'll move on. I'm sorry. I don't know where else to go with that channel, unfortunately. All right, channel 372. 372. I'm going to let Dan have a look at this one. Oh, and now we've got a music channel. All right.
On the gaming forum? Did you go to the gaming forum?
Hang on. Oh no, sorry, that wasn't the gaming forum, was it? I do apologize. 37. Well, I guess to be fair, we should audit this channel now since I brought them up. That would be a bit mean when we'll do a gaming channel next.
You guys do that. I have somewhere I have to be. I did tell you originally I had to leave early.
Dan, thank you for being with us. As always, pleasure. Good luck with your secret meeting. And we'll see you tomorrow. What are we seeing you tomorrow for?
Video reviews. Don't miss it. 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. We're going to be looking at videos rather than thumbnails and titles. We're going to really go into the content and help you with some production tips. All
right. What have we got here? Viper, thoughts?
What have we got here? Let's see. We got a name that tune episode. Oh boy. All right. First thing, you all really probably want to avoid putting episode numbers in your title or thumbnail, because what you want to do is you want to make the viewer feel like every video is its own independent entity. And when you add an episode number to the title or thumbnail, you kind of potentially scare off a viewer from watching it, because they might feel like they have to watch the entire series of videos just to get the gist of what you're doing in that particular video with the episode title and the episode number in the title or thumbnail. So you might want to avoid putting episode numbers in your title or thumbnail. First off,
yeah, like if I'm a new viewer, visitor to your channel, and let's just say I see this thumbnail and title in isolation. The title tells me nothing because I don't know who Larry is yet, because I've never met you. And Scoot the Roots, what is that?
no idea.
Yeah, I'm a little bit lost from the sense of a thumbnail and the title, and so I'm going to be less inclined to click. I think it needs to be a little more accessible than what it currently is. And that is evidenced, I think, by the fact that probably what's happening is that for all of these shows, you're getting the same 50 people watching every single live stream, which is fine, but it's never going to reach out to a brand new audience, because I don't think there's enough broader context for YouTube to start figuring out who to share this content with in terms of new audiences. I'd love to see how many new viewers your channel is getting per video that you release, because I imagine it's on the lower side.
How many subscribers does the channel have?
3,000. Wow. But I can't. Oh, my sort by most popular just isn't there. It's disappeared. But I can't click on it. That's frustrating.
Interesting.
It's the music channel's not allowed to do this?
Yeah, it might be a music channel thing, maybe. That is very odd.
Because right now, assuming you're a music channel, I don't know what type of music you play. I still haven't been able to unlock that. What genre, what audience? Guitar, you play the guitar and sing, but beyond that, I'm struggling to gain more from the thumbnails and the titles.
Again, and this goes to for all of y'all in the live chat. When you have a channel on YouTube and you are thinking about your content, titles and thumbnails, everything has to give the viewer some type of value. You have to ask the question, why should someone click on my video? That's literally the most important question that you have to ask before you hit publish. Why should a viewer watch my video? If you can answer that question, you're off to a good start. But if you have to think about it for too long, then you need to rework your title and thumbnail.
There is a lot of thinking that is required from these thumbnails and titles. You're definitely right there.
Yeah.
Viper. So the pitch of the video, that's what we're talking about here. The pitch of your videos for a new visitor to your content is almost impenetrable. I don't know what I'm getting myself into. And especially when each show is like 1 hour, 20 minutes plus, it's less likely that me just having YouTube share something new with me through these thumbnails and titles, it's less likely that I'm going to click on them. So that is Larry Sayer. I'd love to, like you, Viper, I'd love to know what brought in all of those subscribers, because right now those subscribers are not engaging with the content.
Yeah,
whether it was like a one of their tracks, a musical video that got 1 million views or something. And I mean, yeah, I can't see which ones really popped here, unfortunately, because I haven't got my filter. Now, I did bring up this number. So I had 372. I think we'll do 372 as well for the last gaming channel. I think I got my selection. So we're going to look at BlueNet Official. And they look like they are a channel about FIFA. I think it's FIFA Tots, the card game. from the thumbnails?
Yeah. FIFA 22. Okay, so FIFA 22, I guess.
Yep.
But yeah, even from the thumbnails, I mean, that's not readily apparent unless you actually play FIFA. I mean, we and Rob just happen to be aware, but the common viewer might not know what FIFA is or why should they care. I don't know.
All of these thumbnails seem too zoomed out.
Yeah.
For example, here, I can't see any of the cards here. This looks like a freeze frame.
Yep.
I'm wondering if these are possibly freeze frames as well. Now, this does have a little more detail. You're showing a player that has a very high rating. But the next question is, why are you showing me this? Why, as a viewer, do I care? Why am I going to click on this? Is it because it's very rare? You got it for a cheap amount? It looks like you got this back to back. Maybe you managed to get this card twice in quick succession. I'm only assuming because I'm not being told the complete story. So you need to be able to communicate that in like a 2 seconds worth of thumbnail illustration. So
Here's
whether you show that card like times 2 or something. Yeah, go ahead, Viper.
I was saying, here's the thing. We are looking at this on a desktop computer with a monitor. 50%, actually over 50% of people are watching your content on a mobile device. So we're talking 5, 6, 7-inch screens. If we can't discern what your thumbnail is about, people that are watching on mobile devices won't know what you're trying to communicate or what's going on with your thumbnail. So you got to make your thumbnail viewable for people that are watching on mobile devices.
And then the titles I feel very jargon heavy. For example, first 85 by 20 summer swaps pack /93 plus FIFA 2022. I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
Now, maybe FIFA fans do have a little bit more of an understanding, but where's the emotional draw and pull? Are these swap packs new? Are they very valuable? Again, think of the question, why should somebody care about this video? What's going to make them click? I think this channel does have some promise because they've got channel focus. They're focusing on this FIFA TOTS game with every single video that they make. They've got some view counts which are starting to build. You know, one video with over 100 views. That's some success there. But the thumbnails need some work, and I think the titles need to be less jargon heavy.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, look at this. Here we go. Man is speechless after packing this moment. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure what that means, but the fact that you have this reaction against some sort of special card, that communicates a lot more to me than these thumbnails up here. And that's where you brought in a tiny bit of emotion, and it looked like it got more views because of it.
Yep.
All right, so that is BlueNet Official, and that concludes
all game. Yep.
Our channel audits for today. Thank you all for joining us as usual. It's been a pleasure having you on. I do apologize if we didn't have a chance to audit your channel this week. I think we had, in the end, let me just check here. We had 1,200 submissions. It's getting a little out of hand, obviously. But as you saw earlier, if you are part of VidIQ Max, you do get the perk of being one of a select handful of people who may be picked each week. And we have to do private channel audits within a Discord server as well. So there's all of that excitement to look forward to in VidIQ Max. You've also got the VidIQ Boost discount, which is running along the bottom of the screen. If you want to take advantage of that up until the end of July. And Viper, it's been a pleasure to have you on. Welcome back. Yeah, you're going to be on again tomorrow. Any final thoughts before we head out?
Yeah, so you guys come here to get your channels audited, reviewed, whatever. And although I see some of y'all in the chat saying that Viper's being harsh or we're being harsh, we're not really trying to be intentionally harsh. What we're trying to do here is help you understand the fundamentals of why someone will want to click on your thumbnail, your title, your video. We're trying to get you guys, we're trying to get your channel to grow and grow as fast as humanly possible. But we have to make sure that you understand the basics of what goes into crafting a title and thumbnail that is clickable, because it has to be clickable, and then you have to deliver on that click. But you have to get to the click first. And getting to the click is the most important thing. So we're not trying to be harsh just to be harsh. We're trying to get you guys to understand that this is what you need to do to get the click. So hopefully something that we said resonated with you guys today that will help you better understand how to get the click.
You heard it there. Thank you, Viper. He'll be on again tomorrow, and he'll be even more ruthless. Shall we end it? I think we're done there, Viper.
I think we're done here.
I need to go to the bathroom. I have no idea what I'm going to encounter in there.
Hopefully there's nobody selling donuts in your bathroom.
Sure, going to be exciting.